All right, welcome back, boys, to the MVM show, and we're excited today because we are getting close to season. It's really getting close, and I think me and Travis need to do our annual Goose River float this year. I'm working nights again, so that's what we did last time. As soon as I got off work, remember we ran out there and floated down. I couldn't hit the broadside of a barn, but
yeah, I almost flipped and died.
Yeah, that was a good video. But
no, it wasn't good.
Well, the video was good.
I had trouble getting in and out of the kayak.
Yeah. You're a lot. Yeah. Things are gonna be different this year.
Yeah, I think
for both of us. Remember we did that podcast, couple episodes about getting better.
Yeah,
I think we both are doing even better than we did last year.
I hope so.
And I thought I went to season pretty good last year, but like I've been hitting the bag for 6 weeks, at the heavy bag.
Yeah,
with gloves, doing a bunch of cardio, jump roping, working out quicker and faster, not taking as much like breaks, rest periods.
Yeah.
Just sweating, dude. Not eating as much.
Yeah.
Which that doesn't necessarily mean that's a good thing. Like
that's what I've been trying to do, just doing the intermediate fasting and also walking.
Mm-hmm.
And then what I've been trying to do is we're required to take breaks with the job that I have. So I have a set of dumbbells there, and I'll just do some quick, just things just to kind of get my core, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because
movement, something.
And I said I would never say, know what I'm saying? Because that's one of the words I say. And it's all one word. Know what I'm saying? Know what I am saying. But basically,
did you see that people were saying that about you?
No. One of my buddies at work, he put up on the thing. Know what I'm saying is one word. And ever since he made me knowledgeable of that, I realized how much that I actually say that. Know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's something I'm trying to clean up my vocabulary.
People have been saying that in like posts and stuff about how you say that. Yeah,
and I also say a lot, and I'm trying to clean up my language. I don't want to have that kind of language in my.
You don't have clean, proper language.
I guess.
What's funny? I'm so used to you, I guess, saying that. I don't even know if you say that.
Really?
But like people will comment in like Facebook messages. They're not irritated. They're just like, know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying? I'm like, why are they saying that? They're like, oh, Travis says that all the time. I'm like, really?
I do say that often.
I go, man, I don't even notice that really anymore.
And
I kind of do.
Until someone makes me aware of it, I guess I don't realize that I'm doing that. But like I said, I'm trying to.
Now you're having to think about it.
Yeah. Just do some exercises.
That's so hard when you start a habit of something.
I know, it's hard to break
There's a few things I've had to break myself of, and it is very, very hard. You have to like slow down
and think about what you're saying.
And then you can't really talk like you want to talk because it's not your natural.
Yeah, it's weird because when I hear myself talk, I don't realize that I talk that quickly.
We both do.
I guess I'm a fast talker, and my brother-in-law that's from North Carolina told me that. He's like, you guys talk so fast out there. And, so I don't, if you think about slowing down, then you're like, okay.
That's what it feels like in our head, right?
Yeah, it feels like you need to hit the fast forward
when
button.
I do videos, I feel like I'm going, and I really kind of am.
Uh-huh.
And like, man, just slow down and breathe.
I guess so.
But I don't feel like I'm going crazy.
Yeah,
man.
I know.
It's just probably a California thing or
it
something.
Must
I don't know, dude.
I don't realize that I'm short of breath or something, but yeah.
That's so funny you brought that up because I thought you were going to say some comments you've seen, but that's...
No. I didn't
So
see
now they're
like
saying that in work too. That's funny.
Well, my one buddy at work, he always puts on there, know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, yeah, I say that quite a bit. And
like
then when I come
here,
it's just like it's a run-on word, right?
Yeah.
Know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, we can want to fix stuff like that as much as we want to, but when we get excited, all that goes out the window anyways.
Yeah.
I say dude, I start saying dude way more than I would normally say it. I'm like, dude. It's like, when I watch the hunting videos and see myself get excited, it's like, that's so annoying. Like certain things, because you get excited and you just kind of repeat yourself.
Yeah.
But,
in the moment.
Whatever. It is what it is. Not a big deal. So I wanted to say this right off the get-go. Thomas started the MVM Show podcast group Facebook page a couple years ago. We both completely forgot about it. I don't know if you rejoined that or not, or you might have been already a part of it. Have you seen posts on that yet?
I don't even think that I am.
You're not even been on Facebook.
I get on there every once in a while, but I don't think that I like the page, so I don't see notifications.
Okay.
And then some way with the way you have it set up, I'll get notifications from the MVM Facebook page.
Okay.
But
not the podcast.
No, not the podcast. And then I switch over and I don't know which one that I'm on. I have to like think about which one to switch back to.
Yeah.
As myself or on the MVM. So, I don't think I've liked that one yet. And until you mentioned it, I forgot
totally
that
fine.
it existed.
I've been trying to it takes time to like invite people.
Yeah.
But we had like 100 members, and now because it's a group, so anybody can post. You can like if you want to share your like blog
stories,
stuff.
your photos. Yeah, that's cool that we have a spot like that.
Because I don't. The Mid Valley Mercenaries page is just all about whatever we post.
Okay.
This is cool because it's a group, so we can share. You can you did a mount today, put it on there. Like it's
but that's cool because I like to see what other people are doing in their area. You know what I'm saying?
There's some
right there. See, I know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And look at their success stories.
Right. I don't know. It feels kind of selfish when you just have a page and no one can interact with their own stuff. This is like cool because we can interact with the listeners. You know what I mean?
So it's the MVM Show podcast group. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay. So it says visit, but can I join? Public group.
Yeah.
You said there was 100 individuals. It says 410.
No, I said it was, and just like in the last week, it went to 410.
Well, perhaps I'm part of it because it says
joined.
I think you are. But I do not see notifications.
I'm going to type your name and see if I can invite you. It doesn't even have
I'm here, though. I must be here.
Why is it not even... It's not even letting me find you to invite you.
That's okay.
Did you find it?
Yes.
Okay. Like, you can do polls on there. You can do all kinds of stuff. Anyways, my point being said, I don't think I've even said it on the episodes yet. So, if you guys haven't already, join the MVM Show podcast group. If you're on Facebook. You know, if you're not, I know a lot of people aren't on Facebook anymore, but some are. But go on there and join it and, like, I don't know, ask questions or share pictures of your dog or make a poll. I mean, like, do whatever you want. Let's just get some interaction going. And we want to interact with you guys and you guys with us and vice versa because it's kind of limited with everything else and the way social media is. So just kind of get to know each other better. It can be just daily life stuff. It doesn't have to be nothing special. So go join that. And if you're already part of it, you know, hey, get some stuff going. Let's get this rolling. We'll stay a lot better on it, but build relationships and stuff. So I just want to get that out there. But now that being said, another reason I brought that up too is because I asked a question on there. I didn't even spell that right. No wonder people were confused.
They're like, huh?
I said, what some podcast topics you guys would like to hear? What some podcast?
What some?
So we're just going to go through a few of these and this will be the episode, and stay tuned because the next podcast is me and Thomas going over all the details of the duck boat and the whole marathon getting over there. It was actually a pretty fun there was a lot of stuff coming back up about that trip that we forgot about, but having us both there will remind each other like, oh yeah, we did that. We did this. We're falling asleep there. We're doing this, going off the road. No. Okay. Chad Smith, and we'll call out names, so that's kind of another thing we can sit there and people that listen can be mentioned on the podcast that you guys are faithful listening to. So Chad Smith said, decoy setups you guys use up north versus down in the valley. I think my thoughts on this are whatever decoy setup you use is prevalent just for the refuge you hunt. So if I had never been to a refuge before, I'm just going to base this off of refuges I've been to, right? Like, I just pay attention to what birds are there. Like, the next time I go, I readjust my spread.
Now, will you take all of your decoys, basically, if it's a new place that you haven't been before, and then scout kind of, I guess, or look and see what kind of birds are there, and then perhaps only use those decoys, but have all of them
in case? Yeah, I think that's what we do, right? Like, I know we've taken decoys we probably were not going to use. Like, say we go to a refuge, there's really no mallards. I've seen us take them before in case we leave there and go somewhere else or something, just as a backup plan, but we won't even take them out on the refuge because not that you could take the mallards out there and still shoot ducks. It doesn't matter, even if there's not a mallard on that refuge.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying that. But I'm like, you want to match the hatch. I mean, that's a fishing term, right? But you want to match what birds are around. Some places we go, they're gadwall, shovelers, and widgeon and teal.
Yeah.
That's what I throw out. And so not necessarily it really doesn't have nothing to do with up north, down south, Central Valley, grasslands, Sac Valley, Northern California, Washington. It's all about what we already know is there, I think, and that's what varies on our spread.
Yeah, like you were saying, having mallards there. When I first started hunting, I predominantly had mallards and pintails, and I would use those decoys, and I used them in places where there wasn't that many mallards. And I still, like you said, I still killed birds because I think they're seeing the forms,
They're ducks.
Groups. So, yeah, I don't think that really deters you. What I kind of think, though, if you're hunting mallard specifically and you have different decoys besides mallards, that may affect it more than having mallards mixed in with
vice versa.
Other birds. Yes, vice versa. I think that you can be effective and kill your pintail, widgeon, gadwall, teal, of course.
That's a good point. I mean, that's a really good point for someone that wouldn't know. Mallards are definitely not as likely to dive in with a variety of birds like vice versa.
That's what I've
I agree. Yeah, for sure. Because it definitely doesn't matter on the other ones. You could have 5 dozen mallards out, and teal and gadwall are going to land in there. And widgeon, they'll still land in there.
Yes.
Yeah, that's very true. I've definitely seen that for myself many times. But the other way around, they want to avoid the crowd. Kind of a loner. You know what? That being said, even if you have a big group of mallards in one spot, they won't even land by that. They'll land off just a little ways by themselves. I've noticed.
And I believe that that's probably due to our location. You'll see back east they have very large mallard spreads. They'll make pockets. The mallards drop in there. But what we hunt, it seems like you don't have the flocks of mallards. You'll have more singles, pairs. Occasionally, if you see 4 or 5 mallards together, you're like, whoa, that's a flock, right? Well, that's nothing back east.
Right.
But like you said, I know that we tend to put our mallards in a position not so much to have the ducks land with those decoys, but have them in a location where as they work, as we know, they have a tendency to land in open water away from them. But we're set up on the open water. The decoys drop to one side or the other, and we adjust so that we can.
Yeah. What do you think that is? I mean, we don't know the duck's brain, but what's your thoughts on that?
I don't know. I think that they're just my personal thoughts. I'm not an expert on this, but I think that they see them and they're attracted to it. But if there's no wind or something, there's a level of uncertainty there. And I've noticed that when we didn't use motion that we use now, I think more so the birds would land off to the side because they would see those decoys, and then they would be curious. But okay, we're gonna land kind of close because we're already here, right? We're already here. We're not gonna turn around and fly back. So we're gonna land kind of close, not necessarily with them. But I've noticed more with the motion, they come much closer.
Yeah, true.
And want to land in that location where if you just have stagnant decoys on a very slow, it doesn't look realistic, right? They see it, they're like, oh, something's there, right? And they're attracted to it, but not necessarily going to land with them and join up with them.
Yeah, that's true. And I think too, another factor is if they're paired up yet too, because if there's a hen and drake, she's keeping them away, and she don't want to be by all those other drakes, and she'll kind of pull him off. He just follows her wherever.
Yeah.
But before they're paired off, you'll notice those single mallards. Everybody loves single drake mallards coming in because they are going to come right in.
And it seems like what I've noticed where we hunt, you don't typically get a lone hen. You'll get a lone drake or a pair, but you will not typically. 20 out of 20 to 1, you won't see a lone hen mallard.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
Unless, you've shot the drake and she's coming back later and it's like, hey, where'd he go?
Yeah.
Maybe that's the scenario. I don't know.
Yeah. When we went to Washington, we pretty much only took mallards. We all grouped our mallards together.
Did, though, remember?
Well, no, I mean, we threw some widgeon. Well, no, I guess we did.
That one time we had everything
that's true,
in there.
That's
that
true.
One video, we had
blue
wings. We had pretty much the
green
whole
wings, shoveler,
gauntlet.
Yeah, and we did
of birds in there. And we still killed birds.
Which I never think or have ever thought, oh, we won't kill birds if we have a mix. But I think the next year when we went back, me, Thomas, and Harrison,
you guys took predominantly mallards.
But again, it's no better or worse. I mean, like you said, I don't think it really matters.
The biggest factor there was wind.
Yeah, and when the wind would come up, we'd be slamming them. Yeah. When it died off, it would stop.
Yeah,
and I mean, it's amazing. I think, I don't know. I don't want to get too in the weeds on that, but
yeah,
Anyways, so that's kind of answering that question. Harrison Chang said Mountain Dew flavor reviews.
There's
So
only one that's really
true to Trouse's
captivated my heart. I will drink the Code Red if nothing else is available.
Really?
But
you don't like the Baja Blast?
I'm not huge on Baja Blast. I
love Baja
what
Blast.
was the other one that I tried?
I love Baja Blast.
There was a Georgia Peach, but I think that was exclusive to KFC.
Is that good?
And I tasted it out of the fountain thing. It was way too sweet. I didn't go for that one too well. I do like the original, with pure sugar.
Oh,
I can drink that.
What did it actually taste different?
It's just slight. What I will never drink is a diet because they taste so disgusting. And I've accidentally grabbed a bottle of that before, took a swig of it, and that was the last swig I took out of the bottle because, diet, just I don't know what it is, but it doesn't taste anywhere near. But I don't like any diet soda.
I don't either. I love Mountain Dew, regular, original. That's probably really the top.
And I've cut way back. This is the first one I've had in
You called me today and it was
a week and a half, 2 weeks.
Wait.
Oh, that's a lie. I think
no, you
either
had
last week
one
or the
or
week
two.
before. Yeah, but I was drinking 3 a day.
Yeah, you're
and every once in a while.
No.
I mean, I'll drink one every once in a while. It depends on if they're available. If we buy them, I'll drink one a day. But
if not, then you're just not going to chase it
down.
down.
I don't go.
You used to go chase it down.
Oh, yeah. Good gracious.
That's funny, dude.
Morning, lunch, and dinner. And
I think I'm worse than you now.
2 cans after those got done of Pepsi or whatever. So, yeah, eliminated that.
Yeah, really, really ice cold in the cans. Got to be in the can for me. But
no, the best way is the bottle. You stick it in the freezer where it gets that kind of slush, just enough where you can squeeze it out the end. Oh, man.
I like ice
Besides
cold.
Besides that, in a can, it's good. Out of ice chest, it's good.
I'm not a bottle fan. I don't know. Something's different. I don't know if it loses. I feel like it loses carbonation quick.
Yeah. The worst, though, is at a restaurant.
Oh, yeah.
Or out of a fountain.
I don't even ever do that.
It's like water.
I never order it from a restaurant. I always just get Pepsi. But
Thomas will.
Oh, yeah. He'll drink it anyways. But I think out of the can, out of ice chest is his favorite, too, because it's just so stinking cold.
Yeah.
But like you said, that's kind of good, too.
Frozen is...
Now, some other flavors, I really like Baja Blast, but they're seasonal. It's like 100 days. They say 100-day window, and they open it up, and it ends.
Really?
Yeah. Every year, I didn't know that. My neighbor is dude, he went and bought like 18 cases. Every year, he goes and buys out a couple stores of their Baja Blast in the can. Okay. That's the way he'll drink it. And his name's Ray, and we always talk about, I don't know if you've seen this, but Mountain Dew is coming out with it's called... what's it called? Not Red Hot. It's supposed to be like the Flaming Hot Cheetos. So on
Hot Mountain Dew,
August 31st, and it's a limited run. It's gonna sell in probably 5 minutes. It's Flamin' Mountain Dew, or I gotta look it up. But I think at midnight they're releasing it. So me and Ray are gonna stay up till midnight on. What would the 31st be? Is that
that's coming up pretty
quick?
Is
that Tuesday night or Wednesday night?
Monday or Tuesday night.
We're gonna stay up till midnight and order. And the deal is,
you have to order it. It's not
online, only
stores.
Only online in the Mountain Dew store. Just as was this, you probably never seen this, but Cake Smash.
Nope.
Mountain Dew did a deal called Cake Smash. It's supposed to have the resemblance of a birthday cake.
Interesting.
But it says it's available at the Dew store, but it's not. But they only come in 6-pack deals, and they're not the 12 ounce.
They're a larger,
but they're not the. I think they're the 16 actually.
What is this?
16. 16. I think they're the 16 is what these are, but it comes in a 6-pack. But those sold out in like minutes, I guess, when they came out a couple months ago.
Interesting.
I'm like, why don't you just put it in the store? I don't understand that. But anyways, Baja Blast is really close up there with Mountain Dew, but I'm still saying regular Mountain Dew is a little better.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've tried these, but they have Mountain Dew Baja Punch and Baja Flash. Baja Flash is like a pineapple.
Oh no, I'm not.
I love it.
Fan.
I got a case of it right there. See it? But it's getting saved for duck season.
Yeah.
And then
What's the pink one?
Watermelon.
Oh, watermelon.
It's called Melon Madness or something like that.
Okay.
And then this Baja Punch, the orange one. I'll let you try these once we get going in season. I haven't got a case of that. Stuff's starting to disappear now. I'm like, man, if I don't hurry up and get it. But I like that one actually. My neighbor bought it and he gave me a bunch of them because he's ended up not liking it. I'm like, you know what? I honestly I like it. It has kind of like to me all the like Baja ones are like a refreshing, fresh taste.
I'm not so much of a tropical fruity type of thing.
Yeah. You're good. I hate Code Red though. I cannot do Code Red, dude.
I can do the Code
Okay,
Red.
here's Livewire. Have you ever had Livewire?
I've seen it, but I haven't tried it.
Town said he's tried it, I think. Voltage, have you ever tried that?
Nope. I've tried it. I've tried the Baja Blast, which is it's okay.
Yeah.
And the original, the pure cane sugar one, and the Code Red.
Yeah, I've tried all the Bajas.
I've tried those. That's it.
I think there's 3 or 4 Bajas, and there's a bunch, dude. There's so many. It's insane how many actually flavors they have that I've never even heard of. Like there's the frost and just crazy stuff. But
yeah, always if this is here, this is the go-to. I'm not gonna.
Yeah. You never find the other stuff in the store, anyways. Really, you never see the weird flavors in there.
Yeah, it would probably just be random if they had something for some unknown reason.
All right, let's go back to the Facebook. So there's that, Harrison.
That would be cool. A duck call and Mountain Dew colors. The greens.
Someone already said that.
Red.
Someone DM'd me. I think it was Zane,
because they look like you're drinking as you're blowing.
Zane Halsey. Zane Halsey said, "Dude, they need to make a call." And I said, "Dude, it's perfect because this and that green, and then the band, like the middle band around, would be like maybe that dark color. That'd look pretty sick. You think?
And with some red,
or maybe the light green and the red, and then a dark green for the band around the middle of the call, like a little JJ
or like
layers.
that swirl look with the dark and the light green.
Yeah,
with red lettering. That would be cool."
We need to talk to him. We could order those polymer, or not the polymer, the.
No, it wouldn't have to be Mountain Dew. I mean, I would even take a whatever, like a JJ Layers, but with those colors.
Well, that's what I'm talking about.
So it still looks.
No,
like
I'm saying JJ Layers. We could go to him and say, "Hey, we want one
those
of
colors."
Because this place I followed, something polymers. It's not polymer. I know that. It's what's it called? Call's made out of
My mind's blank. Acrylic.
They sell acrylics in little. It's pretty interesting how they come in like sticks.
Okay.
They're about like I don't know what that is. What inch and a half, maybe a little bigger. Maybe inch and a half or 2. And then you could get whatever you can buy a rod of that stuff.
Okay.
And then that's what Brett Crow uses to make his calls for the JJ Layers. But I actually talked to him the other day. He just made. I can't wait to get it. He just made me, Harrison. I didn't even think to ask you. We actually got a deal on those, but me, Harrison, and my brain. I didn't get a lot of sleep last night. I'm on
Thomas?
nights. No, he didn't. He didn't want one. He didn't want one. I'll show you the color of it. It's that jade color. And Kevin's the one that got it.
Oh, okay.
Kevin's the one that got done. Asked if I won one, and I was
okay.
like, yes, because I've been one. That color's never out. What did I do with that? I had a picture that I was going to show you.
I seen one that he had. It was the Darth Vader one. That was pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
Did you see that?
I don't know if I seen that. That sounds cool though.
Yeah, it was cool. It was all
Who made it?
Layers. It was all black, and I believe it had like a little red stripe around it, and something else. It pretty.
Is that what he called it?
It was called the Darth Vader, I believe.
What? I didn't hear about that. What do you think about this, dude? I really like that. Like that fade. It's like a what do you call that when you put on the guns?
Yeah, I know what you're talking
Why
about.
do I go brain dead on these podcasts? And then people
whatever it is. It's like the checkering, but
people always put in the comments on these podcasts like, "This is what you were trying to say." It's like I do this every time on podcast. It's Cerakote.
Okay.
Doesn't it kind of remind you of like how you could do a Cerakote or like?
Yeah, it reminds me
like a rust
of an old English type.
Isn't that cool?
Wood.
I really like the look of that.
That's vintage. Like
Mm-hmm.
I guess you would say vintage. If that's a word. Oh, that's a chick word, right? Vintage. I don't know. Oh.
No, they probably made it a chick word.
Okay.
Let me show you
That
this.
looks cool.
Let me show you this J call. I'm not just going the text with Kevin because I want to show you this color. It's so awesome. I'm really surprised Thomas didn't. I mean, how many do you need of the same? I almost feel like I would turn into like a collector almost.
No, it's
just
cool.
the way I am. Like
Yeah.
I like calls, like hats. Look at all these hats I got.
Yeah.
I'm always wearing. I swap hats 3 times
there's
a day.
call collectors. One of the gentlemen that I know, he's big time into turkey call collecting. And man, it's just intricate, crazy box calls.
Really? Oh man, I want to show you this real quick. Here it is. Here. They look so nice, dude. They're so pretty.
Oh, that is cool. It's kind of. Oh, it's okay. It's like jade.
Yeah, that's the name of the color.
I gotcha. Yeah.
You can never get those though.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen that color.
This isn't a good picture. This one, that's really what it really looks like in person, but that's another picture. But it makes it look a little different color.
Those are pretty.
Yeah, but
if calls can be pretty.
Yeah, they can. Absolutely. I'm gonna show Brett this other one and see what do you think about doing that? But I think it would be a different material. I don't think that's acrylic. Because these are cut downs from Kirk McCullough.
Okay.
That is a cool. I don't know. Maybe he hand painted those or something. They're bad, dude. That is a cool. I'm gonna post that up and say, what do you guys think about these?
The call that I use, that Watkins call, they do a lot of the injected wood where they actually inject acrylic into the wood. It has some really cool.
I think patterns. I've seen that before.
Yeah,
that's cool. I was thinking about like a Cocobolo dark wood color, more like this kind of color with layers with a jade on the other side. So it's like a combo.
Does Layers make any Cocobolo calls, wood calls? Oh, they do.
Yeah, but they're like $300.
Yeah,
$350 or something. But you never, they're out of stock all the time. I don't know if he just does it on special request or what. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But let me pull this back up. Here we go. All right, let's pull these back up. These questions. We kind of got off there a little bit. Really, we've already done the Sitka. I know this point. Justin Brick, he said he likes the Sitka reviews, and that we literally that one episode we covered every single piece we have. So can't really say much about that.
Yeah, I really like Sitka.
There's some actually good topics. I don't know if I want to burn through all these because these are some really. See, right here, Thomas said, OG dew in a can out of my ice chest, no question. Because Johnny Helton said, which is better for you after a long, hot, early November hunt, the dew or a watermelon Red Bull?
Oh, dew all day.
Yeah, for sure. There's Anthony Oliveira, and he got a lot of likes in this, but I think I'm going to make that a different episode. We're going to just do that whole episode on common courtesy when hunting. I feel like that's something we beat. It's like a dead horse, but it's still something we all, as hunters, deal with so much on refuges.
Yeah.
Is just common courtesy. You know, dude, I started doing something different last year, and I'm not going to dig into this. We'll save that for another one, Anthony. But now this was up north, and I feel like the environment is different there than like the Central Valley and the grasslands and Sac Valley and stuff. But I actually started walking across the pond and saying, hey, we're hunting over here. I didn't even need to do that because we were plenty distance, but I just said making sure everything's cool. Like, yeah. It was like, I just felt like it made no questions asked with anything. It was like we kind of already introduced ourselves, and that was it. And then we went back to our spots. That was that day, actually, that we hunted up north, me, you, Talon, and Caleb.
Okay.
And I was like, I need to start doing that more often. Even if the guys are out of your range, just kind of so you're on the same page about not shooting each other's swing birds, let them work, kind of stuff. Once you're on the same page, it seems like it goes smoother, but I don't know. That's something I've never done. I started last year, I think. I kind of liked it. But William Frawley asked, essential gear for duck hunters. And I think William is kind of a newer, he works for Tetra, but I think he's turkey hunts like crazy. He's insane with turkey hunting. But he's not done a lot of duck hunting. So what would you say is essential for a duck hunter? Obviously the shotgun shells. They always roast me on these videos. It's like, that's a given. Like I shouldn't have to tell you that you need a shotgun and shells, but maybe I do. Shotgun shells, waders, okay? Those are essential. Can't do nothing without it.
Yeah.
Hunting license. Your stamps. By the way, I got my hunting license. I need to go get my stamp, though.
Yeah, I don't have my stamps.
Did you already have your license, though?
Yeah, when I bought a deer tag.
You got all that stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah. I gotta go with the stamp.
I would say headlamp. If you're going to... Well, it's good to have a headlamp regardless if you're in the evening or morning because you never know if something happens. It would be great to have a light for safety reasons. If you have to flash somebody or just to see your way out. That's essential.
Yeah, when we say essential, we're saying it's essential. Like you do need it.
Yeah.
Not just, it's nice to have this.
Yeah. I would say flashlight. Debatable. Marsh seat.
I guess depending on where you're hunting.
Yeah. That could be an essential.
It kind of is. Unless you want your back to hurt really bad. Because
if you
stand there for 4 or 5 hours. And you know what's funny, Travis? I never really sit in my marsh seat that often.
I don't need it, but I rest my gun on it.
I put my gun on it, and it lets pressure off your back.
Yeah.
But if you're standing there holding your gun, it's just like that hunched over.
Or sometimes I'll even put one knee on it.
Yeah.
I'll do that.
Just to relieve pressure.
Yeah.
Give your leg a break. For me, it's more my back. Because if I do anything over a couple 2-3 hours and it's longer than that, which it is, your back starts hurting.
Yeah,
by far. So I
would say
it's kind of essential for me. I feel like
a duck call could be essential. A whistle.
Do you have to have that though?
I would say you don't have to have a duck call to kill ducks. You don't even have to call to kill ducks if you're in the right spot.
Right.
So you don't really need a duck call.
Not essential.
I would say
I'm really trying to think of what's really, really, really essential besides the shell, gun, license, and waders. I feel like flashlight is.
That flashlight.
I feel like it is essential because going in early morning, or safety, or coming out, you're gonna walk out in the dark. So you gotta have a flashlight.
Yeah.
Man, what else would be really?
I think if you were smart, you'd have some kind of knife, a multi-tool, because if you stepped up on the hole, had to cut your waders off, maybe.
Yeah. Something for
something gets hung up.
Yeah.
Shell gets jammed in your gun. If you can get it out, who never know. I've had shells jam, and with Taylor with those shells that she used on that, I had to walk all the way back to the truck.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have anything to get that shell out of there, and what I had to use was I unscrewed my antenna off my car to jam it in there and then loose that wad out of there.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that's not essential, but something like that, could make or break your hunt.
Mm-hmm. What about toilet paper or baby wipes? Is that essential?
No, you can always cut the pockets out of your pants, I guess.
Cut your waders. Cut my Sicko waders and wipe.
That's poison oak. No, I'm kidding. Your socks.
There's barbs on this one.
You can use your socks.
I thought these toolies were like spoons, man. You need a lot of toolies.
Those micro cuts, yeah.
Oh, Lord.
No.
Or just scoop down in the water and kind of...
I mean, to basically shoot birds, you need very little, right?
You really do need
very little. I mean, you could debatably go without waders, if you want to get down to, But some things are good to have, It's good to have snacks. Good water, I would say,
That's essential.
Water.
There ain't nothing around that.
Yeah.
Essential. And I have, like an idiot, caught myself out there a few times without something to drink.
I would say early season.
That was stupid.
This essential is mosquito spray if you're hunting certain areas. Essential.
That is essential.
Yeah.
Because you could actually get sick.
Oh, yeah.
I think Matt, my brother-in-law, got sick one time from getting so many bites.
Oh, yeah.
He actually got sick.
Have you
got sick from that? I mean, I haven't.
I haven't got sick, but because I don't really swell up when I get bit.
Mm-hmm.
But,
I do.
But I've hunted with people that, and they look like a blood donor.
Yeah.
You feel like a blood donor.
Look like you got
the
scurvy.
I remember one year Colt and I were hunting this one pond, and the mosquitoes were so bad, and we were loaded down. We had a really good day. We shot a lot of birds. We didn't have a sled, so we were carrying the birds out, our decoys, and literally, you felt like a pincushion. And I would raise up my arm and hit them, and I could feel them rolling down my face. There were so many mosquitoes, and we didn't have bug spray. So I'd say early season,
Thermacell and bug spray. I would have both.
That's essential.
I take both.
Yeah.
I really don't like spraying down with mosquito spray.
It stinks.
But when you're about to lose your mind, you just goop it on you.
Yeah. I would say that's essential.
I've had it so bad. I know you've done it. We've scooped mud out of the deal and just smeared it all over.
I would say
you lose your mind.
I would say essential is some kind of something to cover your face, either a face mask or paint.
Okay, let me say something for that.
I would say that's essential.
I will tell you a game changer for me last year. I still put the spray on because they'll get you through your waders. I don't know how in the world.
Yeah.
I don't know if they just go down in there or what, but like that Sika piece, and now Sika is not the only one that makes it, but they are the original ones. The what's the name of that piece? I'm about to look it up now. It's a super warm weather piece, and Thomas will just wear that. I usually still wear a t-shirt underneath of it.
Is it the grinder?
No, it's a paper thin. It does the hood and the face mask. Remember I told you when we were walking out and we were all getting ate up?
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, they're literally not getting me right now because I had my hat on, and then I had that pulled over, and then I had the face mask that's inside of it pulled up over the top of my nose. Because, you can't even open your mouth sometimes because, I mean, you're sucking them down your throat.
Yeah.
Mosquitoes get so bad. I think it's called the Sitka...
Gradient?
No, it's paper thin, dude. You can wear it in the middle of summer.
Because I know there's the grinder, the gradient.
No. Don't worry, guys. You don't have to help me this time. I'm going to look it up. With the, it's like I have all these pieces. How do I not know? The Core Lightweight Hoodie.
Oh, okay.
Core Lightweight Hoodie. It's paper thin, so you can use it in the middle of summer and just wear nothing under it but that. And it breathes amazing. That's what I wear all early season. And then during season when it's cold and super cold, you can wear that as your first piece or a t-shirt. I don't like that material against my like chest and back and stuff, but I put a t-shirt on, I put that on, and then I start layering from there, like a hoodie or a jacket or whatever I want to wear, or a hoodie and a jacket. But you always have that face. The reason I like it is because it covers your neck up when you're hunting. So your neck's white, if you're white, your neck's sticking out like a sore thumb, speaking of mosquitoes. And then your neck, on the front of your neck, because you got the back of your neck, the front of your neck, your ears, and then your face, and that's all covered up with that thing. And you can hear really good with it. It doesn't deter your hearing, and it doesn't rake on your ears like face masks do, where it kind of messes your hearing up a little bit. When you,
yeah,
I love that thing. That's like one of my favorite pieces Sitka makes for duck hunting. And you can use it for deer or anything. I've shot bows with all the face mask and everything. Doesn't catch or nothing. So that's what I do. That piece, and then, like you said, mosquito spray, and then a Thermacell.
Yeah.
It really makes life more better. So, I don't know. I think that's probably, I'm sure we missed something that could be essential, but for the most part, I think that pretty much really covers the essentials. Here's a good one. I'd like to see how you would answer this, Travis. Again, Anthony Oliveira, we're not skipping you. By the way, what's up, man? And we're going to do an episode on that soon. But Lance Blair said how to find people to go duck hunting with. Okay, I want you to put yourself in the shoes. You don't have the group of people like we grew up with, okay? You're literally, you have friends, but no one duck hunts. They don't want to duck it. Well, it's kind of how you started. Okay. So you started that way because you started this whole thing years and years ago. Your uncle took you. We've heard the story we've talked about here on the podcast. But if you were out by yourself, knowing what you know now, what would you do? Because he's wanting to find someone to go duck hunting with. What would you do? How would you go about that? Would you create your own and go find your friends you already know? Like, how would you do that?
Yeah, I don't know. When I first started hunting again, essentially, initially my uncle took me, and then he stopped hunting, and I was on, basically didn't hunt until my brother-in-law was like, "Hey, let's go duck hunting," and it was cool because we went out. We'd never been out before, and there was an older gentleman there. He's like, "Hey, you guys are welcome to come out with me to this spot because it's a close walk." He goes, "I'll just kind of show you, what's going on." And we went out there. We didn't kill a single bird, but it was a nice gesture for him to say, "Hey, he was by himself," and invited my brother-in-law to go with him. So that was a cool gesture. Way before social media was a thing.
Right.
I think sometimes people can get flack on social media if they're like, "Hey, I'm a new hunter. I'm looking for somebody."
Yeah.
But I think they can get some flack. But there's probably somebody that would private message them. I know I've heard several people say something like, "Hey, I wish I had somebody to go hunting with." So, put it out there, and who cares what people say? Really, their opinions. Yeah. They're not going to live your life, right? No. So somebody may private message you, and invite you to go with them. Be respectful.
Work hard.
Yeah.
Help out. Even if you don't really know.
Just kind of follow their lead.
I don't think he's necessarily saying he doesn't know how to duck hunt or hasn't duck hunt. I think he just wants someone to go with. And you know what?
And to be friendly. I'm saying you see somebody alone in the parking lot, right? If you go to a refuge, somebody's by themselves, say, "Hey, if you have a good reservations or something like that, invite somebody that's there maybe by themselves to come with you, right? If you haven't hunted before, it's like, I got this reservation, you're welcome to come in with me." They would maybe be happy to take that opportunity to get in to a refuge they wanted to hunt. Maybe it's like, "Hey, let's hunt this pond," or something like that. Not that you're trying to steal their spots, but just to meet people, and get that opportunity. I know it's not like that for the guys that we know in the situation that we're in because we all hunt and they have a resource there.
Well, let me say this too, just you guys listening. I don't think no one really thinks this, but I think this is just me because I want to help everybody. Like I want to do stuff with people. Like and I always feel bad when people are like, oh, I want to go hunt with you guys, or I really legitimately do feel bad because I know how it is if you're like, because maybe these guys don't have no one to hunt with, and I do feel bad. Like I know, like that would be a bummer if you really want to hunt with a group and build some relationships. I get that, but we have so many people that we hunt with. I mean, I mainly hunt with Thomas. He's my brother, right? And he can go during the week a lot of times when most people can't. But like on the weekends, we hunt a lot together mainly. And it has nothing to do with our YouTube channel. That is how we've done it for years. Like way before this was ever around. I was always go call Travis on Friday. Where are you going? What are we doing? And your dad in town and in Colton. That's just how it's always been. But I mean, if I was by myself, yeah, I would want to hunt with somebody. But don't focus attention on trying to hunt with these people that already have a ton of people. Like there's so many guys that hunt by themselves. And you're hunting by yourself.
Yeah.
And they're hunting by themselves. Like Travis said, be friendly. That really, I don't know. If I was going to use social media as an outlet, like who cares what the haters say, but get on there and post something on like, hey, I live in this area or I live in California. I've been duck hunting for such and such amount of time. I've got a lot of decoys. I somewhat know the area, but I've hunted by myself for a long time. I'd really like to build some relationships. I'm a hard worker. I carry my weight. But put it out there.
Yeah.
And like you said, I don't believe for 1 second that somebody wouldn't reach out to you, like you said, and private message you, because I've seen it actually happen on Facebook where people did that, and it seems like it turns out for them. So maybe that social media has a bad side, but also has a good side. You could really possibly get something lifelong out of that.
Yeah, and I think there's two things you could look at too. Maybe look for somebody your own age. That could be a benefit, or look for an older gentleman, right? That could be out there and be willing to maybe carry his decoys. He may not get to the pond as fast, but that guy, if he's hunted a while, he's got a ton of knowledge that you could learn from. Just how to set up your decoys, how to stay hidden, things like that could be of good benefit. And like I said, be friendly. If somebody's like, no, I'm not interested, don't keep pushing it, right? Just say, okay, thanks. I enjoyed talking to you, and
thanks for your time.
Find somebody else. I know when I first started, I never looked for. My thing was, I always wanted somebody to go with me because my mom didn't want me going by myself. I was 16, 17, 18, whatever, maybe a little bit older than that, but she still didn't want me to go by myself for safety reasons. And it's good to have somebody with you, but I didn't have to have somebody go with me
to make me
want to go.
Yes.
Now what I did miss, I guess in a sense, is people that didn't duck hunt. It was hard to share my experiences with them.
Yes.
Because I would see things that were like, I wish somebody else was here to witness
that.
Yes. And you could never tell them, and describe it.
Because they weren't into it.
Because they weren't into it. Now with all the people that we hunt with, you say something and visually, you get this mental picture of what's going on. So
totally.
That's cool, because that builds relationships and conversations and things like that. So I didn't really have that, but I didn't have to have somebody to go with, and I wouldn't let that deter you from duck hunting. If you're by yourself, you can't find somebody, don't let that stop you from duck hunting. If it's something you enjoy, pursue that passion, because like myself, right? Now I know tons of people that like to duck hunt.
Yeah.
And it comes from being, involved in our church and having people
that's a huge part of it.
That are just
that's the biggest part of it.
They're friends. You know what I'm saying? They were my friends before.
We've been friends
before
since
we
duck
hunted. Yeah. It just so happens that now
they're all doing it.
We all do the same thing, and it's brought friendships, I would say, closer. And some things, people that were your friends, but you didn't talk to them too much. Maybe you talk to them more.
True.
And younger
it's
people.
It's brought us closer.
Yeah, younger people. Sometimes there's that age gap of, I'm gonna be 49, I think, and I can talk to kids that are, 13, 15, 16, and we can talk about something in common. So
totally.
I can be a mentor. I can be
as equally as excited,
an example, and we still, because we share a common passion and something we can talk about and have a relationship on that level, which is cool. I enjoy that. And then, if you're by yourself and if you have kids, take your kids with you.
Raise them.
Yeah,
find them. Raise
literally,
them.
literally. Talon. I would carry him across the pond. I don't know how old the first time he went. He was little.
He was really little.
3, 5. He was little. I mean, I carried him out there. We found the smallest waders. It's funny. I still have his first pair of waders. They're a little pair of neoprenes, and he couldn't even get his arm in there. That's how small they were. But raise your hunting companion. You have to, right?
Yeah. Find a good woman, guys, and have some kids and raise them up.
Yeah. So there's always ways. If there's wills, there's ways, right?
Yep.
Bless you.
Excuse me, man. I had to sneeze. Well, I think that was pretty good. We're already sitting at 46 minutes, so yeah, go follow that page and start some stuff up if you want to hear some topics or be involved in something. We got some. Justin Jones said current events. I actually do want to do one on that too. I do, but I don't, because with the Afghanistan thing, it just talking about it doesn't change anything. I don't have my head buried. I don't sit there and go chase it down and watch anything what's going on. But some bad things have happened, and U.S. soldiers have paid the price for poor decision making and poor leadership. I'll just say that right now. But we might do one. I know some people get all a little ruffled feathers when we start talking political. I've got some emails before about it, but whatever. It's free speech, and I'm not going to reserve on this podcast. That was kind of the point of this podcast, is I'll say whatever I want. You got to kind of be careful on YouTube and stuff, because they could block your videos or whatever. But it's free speech. We're in America. If you don't really want to listen to my views on political things, then don't listen, honestly. I really don't. I'm not trying to grow numbers of people listening to this. It's just kind of I enjoy this.
Yeah.
It creates opportunity for me to sit down with people that I wouldn't normally get to sit down with. A lot of these people, normally they're not going to come on a video, but they'll sit down and talk to you on a podcast. Mm-hmm. Like Chris Aiken. I mean, some very well-known people have been on this podcast. So I love it. And I've always wanted to be involved in the radio stuff. So we've got pretty plain on this podcast when it comes to politics, gun laws, military. We just talk about everything. As you guys see, the symbol, that our logo, it's got a flag and a duck and a deer and what else has it got in it?
A bass skeleton.
And helicopter blades. That's what that X is. So that's our life. I mean, America, God, family, friends, and killing ducks. And hunting too. We like big game too. Thomas is actually, little update. Thomas is actually getting ready to go to Wyoming with Johnny and Olivia. And I believe my dad's going, but now I just talked to him yesterday, and he's acting like he doesn't know because of events going on.
Yeah,
he doesn't know of what things are going to shake out. But anyways, so that's kind of the update. I'm just still working. Travis is working. We've got those bunch of decoys in. There's still more coming in from FA Final Approach. Love them. I mean, they're solid. So if you want to see, if you haven't seen, there is a video out, and we do the spoonies and the wedge and floaters. You got to check them out. They're incredible. They really are. High quality. Don't you agree?
No,
the quality
nice.
is best with the best, in my opinion.
Yeah. I like what I've seen so far.
Yeah.
Just anxious to hunt over them.
I know. Hopefully the wedge don't.
The birds react.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thanks for listening. We'll see you on the next one.